if you want to get your SLC license, then there's some steps that you need to go through. And one of them is to complete the theory courses. That's called a Bareboat Charter Master bundle of courses. You'll see that online. If you're doing sailing, you need to do the Bareboat Charter Master bundle of courses for sailing. And if you're doing powerboats, you need to do the Bareboat Charter Master bundle of courses for powerboats. Beyond the courses, then you're going to do an assessment of your skills on the water with an instructor. Typically, if you're completely competent, it's going to take about 6 hours on the water. If instructor works with you and finds some weaknesses, it might be a few more hours. And then on top of that, you have to log time into your electronic logbook in our system. And for the license, we actually require 50 days of experience. Half of that is master of the vessel at least, and half of it on a vessel greater than 28 feet. And master of the vessel, that just means that you're in charge, right? You are the one making the decisions, not just holding the helm. That's not master of the vessel. Master of the vessel is the person that's actually responsible for the safety of the vessel and all the passengers on board. So the 50 days is really broken up into at least 25 days as master. It could be all the days as master of the vessel, but we want to see that you've been in charge of the vessel. But we also want to see that you've got plenty of time on the vessel. So 25 of the days could be as just crew on the vessel, just learning and participating in operations of the vessel. To renew your SLC license is really simple. What we're going to do is just run you through a 100-question online test. It's free, and in that test, we're just making sure that you still understand who gives way and you know the theory of operations. And then the other part to it is that you just have to log some time, some recent time in your logbook, 10 days of boating experience in the last 2 years or 5 days in the last 1 year. And then that's it. So I'll give you an overview of the on-the-water assessment with the instructor. And we've actually done it in an app because it's actually easier to carry your phone on the boat and have it not blow away with pieces of paper. So there's, in the app, the instructor pulls it up, and what they do, there's just some skill sets that they run through. So in the assessment, there's 8 skill sets, and each skill set has lots of little exercises in it. And so the instructor just says, okay, we're going to go through the ready to departure skill set. So they're going to pull this up, and then they're going to say, okay, well, let's talk about the electric panel. Let's talk about making a VHF call, an emergency call. Let's talk about the engine and things like that. And they're grading you all the way through. And so they're just flicking through, just making sure that you know everything. And then they jump back, and then they jump onto the next skill set, ready for departure, maneuvering, sailing the boat, docking, man overboard, all kinds of things like that. So it's just a matter of just going through, and the instructor is just assessing you. And again, the whole point to it is let's try to find some weaknesses so that the instructor can now point out, okay, this is a weakness, let's fix that. And you're sitting back going, oh, wow, thanks for finding that weakness, because, hey, if you didn't find that weakness, then I wouldn't want that to occur on the boat. We have the list of all of the items that are in the assessment online. So if you're not even a student right now, you can set up a free account, just log in, go to your curriculum, and then just look down and you'll see the SLC assessment, and you can just download that so that there's no surprises for you once you get on board. In the curriculum area under assessments, you'll see what we call a self-assessment. So you pull up that document, it's just a PDF, but what you do is you go through and you can say, I'm strong at this, I'm strong at that, I'm strong at this, but I am weak at this one. Say, for example, Mediterranean mooring, Mr. Instructor, I'm a bit weak at that. So you fill that document out, and at the end of it, you just type in the instructor's email address and hit submit, and then that sends that form right to the instructor, so that when they're taking you out in the next few days to do the assessment, they'll know, okay, well, you're strong on all these things, but I should be prepared to teach you on these.